Police! Police! Hey, you're under arrest. Let me see your hands.
Welcome to your MVPD monthly update, where we highlight a few notable cases from this past month. On the 2nd, just after 1 a.m., an officer located a car in a parking lot with its emergency flashers on. When the officer contacted the car, he found that the driver was passed out with what appeared to be drugs in his lap. Officers boxed the vehicle in as the car was running and they couldn't tell if it was in gear or not. When they woke the driver up, he attempted to hide something under his hat before exiting the car. A canine was called and alerted to the presence of drugs in the vehicle. The subject was booked into jail for the use of controlled substance in public and physical control of a vehicle while under the influence. On the 10th, at approximately 5:13 in the morning, officers were dispatched to a report of a car that was blocking the entrance of an apartment complex. Officers located the car and noted that the driver was asleep, the car was running, and in drive. Before waking the driver up, an officer was able to reach in and put the car in park and remove the keys. Upon waking up, the driver showed signs of intoxication.
You know, your car has been here for, it sounds like, for about an hour now, and the car was in drive, and you're passed out in your driver's seat here. You're .183 right now, so I would say you're pretty accurate on that.
The driver was arrested, and it was found that he had not one, not two, but 3 previous DUI convictions. He was booked for felony DUI, driving without an ignition interlock, and driving with a suspended license. On the 14th, just after noon, we received multiple reports of a crash in the 20,000 block of Martin Road. The report was that a vehicle had crashed through a fence and took out some mailboxes. Upon arrival, officers found the vehicle had significant damage and the driver was appearing intoxicated.
Would you be willing to perform standardized field sobriety test to see if you're intoxicated today? It's a voluntary test. I'm going to give you the opportunity
this is
to.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, you do?
I mean, why?
Why? Well, so we're at the scene of a motor vehicle accident. You told me you drank earlier, and there is an open bottle of White Claw there on the driver's side. There's a couple bottles in the back as well.
The driver was ultimately arrested and booked for DUI. On the 16th, just before 8 p.m., officers were dispatched to what came in as an alcohol problem where the reporting party's relative had been drinking, acting aggressively, trying to drive, and had pushed her while she was holding her 8-month-old child. It was also reported that he had a box cutter in his possession. Upon arrival, the male was aggressive to our officer and began walking towards the house.
Why you come here?
We got called here to this address, so I just want to make sure that everyone's okay. Hey. Stop. At this point, you're detained.
As more officers arrived and tried to handcuff him, he resisted aggressively and attempted to punch one of the officers. Because of his aggression, officers utilized a wrap restraint system to safely take him to jail. The wrap restraint system prevents further violence and allows a subject to be transported in a seated position as to not hinder their breathing. During the struggle to get him into custody, one of the officers sustained an injury, causing him to miss a few days of work. The suspect was booked for domestic violence assault in the 4th degree, obstructing an officer, and assault in the 3rd degree. Our next case is one of determination. On the 27th, just after 7 a.m., officers were dispatched to a possible burglary at one of our Dyke District buildings where the suspect was still inside. Officers arrived and found that the door had been barricaded.
I can see your flashlight still on in there.
When officers couldn't get the door open, our victim attempted to saw through the hinges. Not being deterred when that didn't work, he decided to take it up a notch.
Couldn't find my hockey mask, guys. Sorry.
That's all right.
Don't damage the frame. I'm just touching it. Run the door and then we can get by it. Awesome, still. Move away from the door.
Once inside, officers found the suspect hiding. That suspect was booked for burglary and resisting arrest, along with his 5 outstanding warrants. With the 4th of July approaching, we've already been receiving a number of complaints about fireworks. We want to remind everyone that fireworks are illegal in the city of Mount Vernon and carry a $1,000 fine for setting them off. Instead of setting them off yourself, we encourage everyone to come enjoy our fabulous 4th of July event downtown on the 4th. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.